a senseless question. I mean, I get it ain't even a question. I don't even know why they even said
No,
it.
it was a statement. It was a statement.
Like,
But go ahead. What
it
was
was more of a state. Yeah, it was definitely a statement, but I don't even know. You know, they should filter some comments. Some things, pointless
mm,
conversation shouldn't be put.
mm.
But you'll be happy about it. I mean, as you never bring up the icebreakers,
Never.
but you had to bring this one up. So
Do tell. What happened? Let me see. Maybe I know about it.
I don't know, some fan out there somewhere just I don't know what makes him believe that the
Probably a
Bengals are
smart
gonna be in the
person.
Super Bowl in 20. Yeah, I can't believe it. Uh he said the Bengals gonna be in the Super Bowl in 2027.
Somebody said that?
Yeah, I don't know what made him do that. I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe he might have had like a work related injury or something
I
before he
mean,
got
I
on
didn't live
YouTube
in
that
this
day.
long, and I thought I was the only genius in America. But now I know I have compadres and visionaries, and that's what's up, man. I'm not alone in this world.
Football helmets, no shoulder pads. I see.
I'm not alone. Great comment. We need more like him. Who they? 2027 Cincinnati in the Super Bowl. I think he said in the Super Bowl.
Nah,
You got to
I just think he said
need to put that W
y'all was
on it.
going. I think he meant to say that y'all was gonna see the Super Bowl. That
Yeah, I
was
think he said in. He got to put that W on it. Win.
nah. I think he meant like see like as in, y'all gonna watch it just like everybody else.
Hmm. It's crazy. We've been doing this for a little bit of time now. I ain't never seen the Steelers. Anybody say Steelers? Oh, or the Bills. Hmm.
I don't know where you brainwashing these fans from.
Hmm. Who they?
That's what it is. That's your burner account.
Welcome to Point Blank Period, Point Blank Period,
Point blank period.
Point blank period.
Point Blank Period. No pressure.
Can't have a baseball conversation without bringing up Otani.
He's a great pitcher and a power hitter. Yo, this man's top five.
I'm still taking today's NFL.
I'm going with the 90s.
None of them are better than Brady.
This is your argument.
No, what I'm saying is, who's MVP? Do they not matter no more?
Like, everything you said before that point is irrelevant.
Not how the NFL works, baby. We drafted your replacement already. So
I don't got to talk to no peons.
why not just come back and prove?
This time he's really going off. Fireworks.
Because we can't argue facts. What I told you when you got involved with this.
This
Grown
is
man business. Grown man business.
Welcome to Point Blank Period Podcast, the best sports podcast, Point Blank Period. This is episode 44. This is what we do. So we're going to start right here with our all-star MVP. Who was the star amongst the stars? We know who got it, but who do you think? Do they deserve it? Should somebody else win? What's your thoughts? I'm going to start with you, Mr. KD.
Mr. KD acting like KD with burner YouTube accounts. This is crazy.
Let it go, man. Just stop hating because there's more geniuses out there. As far as NBA All-Star MVP, they gave it to who deserves it. I don't even know why or how can I plead the case for it. I think it's pretty explanatory, self-explanatory. Kawhi gave a little run. He got hot and had a great showing, but he lost. So a motto of this podcast, we don't reward losing. So to stay firm with that, he's disqualified. But as far as the winning team,
give IT's man some credit. Kawhi played the most meaningful basketball ever since his finals run.
And then he lost.
Hey, but you see what he can do at peak form.
Well, yeah, since Ant Edwards being the MVP is pretty much guaranteed. But let's segue to what you brought up. Kawhi been balling, man. Like this whole season when he's playing.
He been hooping.
Kawhi's a low-key MVP candidate, man. It's just his team is bad. Or record is bad.
Oh, you said it right.
Yeah, both of them. We'll talk about that later. You're right. But that was a great point you made. Kawhi's been balling. I think nobody's paying attention to it. He took over in the game amongst the greatest or amongst the best active in the league. He showed his capabilities. He was hitting the long ball. Kawhi was phenomenal in that game, but didn't show up in the next one, along with other teams. I mean, other players too. It's just the old guys got kind of worn down.
I'm about to say, yeah, I feel like it was just you got them guys playing they playing back-to-back games.
I think they had 3 straight. They ran 3 straight.
Yeah, you talking about 3 straight games. Hey man, it's sad to say
the
my
young
knees
boys had a
can't do
rest.
it.
And the
Yeah,
young boys
like
had a rest. Oh, you done.
you gave them what? You gave them that Michael Jordan juice, and you gave me Gatorade.
Yeah, you done. But you know, another old head showed up too.
And that's why I'm about to ask you, not just about the old head, but on the winning team, could anybody else had a chance to say, I could have been an MVP? Was it anybody?
Only reason
Not
I would say
nobody.
nobody else, but I mean De'Aaron Fox for getting the game winner. But I mean,
Yeah, but he ain't. Even the
it's like
game that they lost, Ant Edwards had
yeah,
that mini run in the clutch to bring them into the game, and then D Fox. No, D Fox was on another team, wasn't
Yeah, he was with LeBron
yeah,
and them.
he? Yeah, D
oh
Fox
yeah,
hit that. He hit the three to after Ant made his run. D
oh
Fox hit the three to win that
D
game.
Fox was on the team with the Unks.
He was the old head. Yeah, he was old head too.
And the only reason I asked that, because it seemed like Anthony Edwards was kind of surprised that he got the MVP. So that's what made me think, could anybody else won it?
He won't surprise.
I just don't think that he was really expecting to get it. I mean, of course he wants it, but I don't think he was really like. He wasn't playing for that. He was really, like you said, he was really playing because he wanted to bust KD and LeBron behind
Oh,
props.
he gave it to KD one play, and KD came right back at him. So yeah.
Yeah, that was all he said he wanted to be there for. He just want to be on the same court and play against the best. I mean, so he wasn't playing for that. But I
I
mean,
know
ultimately he did win it.
we diving into a later topic more earlier, but Ant gave that shout out to Wemby as far as setting. I don't care what you say. Nobody was taking these games more serious
The
than
Wemby.
Wemby.
Wemby did not want to lose.
Man,
Yeah,
and I'm glad the future's in good hands.
We're going to get there. Yes, sir. But I'm going to start with you, Mr. Amari, with our injury report trade rumor. So, as we speak, Tyreek Hill and Bradley Chubb has just been released by Miami. Where should they go? Who should want them? And also, they keep saying Max Crosby want out. Him, and the Raiders is in a contentious spot right now. What's your thoughts about that? It's on you, Mr. Amari.
Hey, one second, Amari. I said Miami. All three of them was going to be gone. That's 2 out of 3 so far. Go ahead, Amari. I'm just saying.
The one that should have been gone is still there. But
Hey, season ain't start yet. Remember what I said.
yeah, you said if he makes it past the first roster day,
Then I'm wrong. But
yeah.
remember what I said.
But yeah, I remember what you said. Bradley Chubb and Tyreek Hill aren't the only two that got released from Miami. Miami also released offensive guard James Daniels. And I mean, it's been pretty hectic and busy time frame right now, being that the franchise tag window opens and players are getting cut left and right. But as far as Tyreek Hill, um, I feel like the bigger question, aside from where he goes, is he damaged goods now that he's coming off such a big injury, and your whole mantra is that you're the speedy, elite, fast receiver. I don't see how coming off of I, I would say most people would deem it as a broken leg or dislocated knee, as they try to label it, is going to make him come to such a speedy recovery that he can return back to the player that he once was. But I mean, a return to Kansas City has been a big thing to highlight. There has been some speculation with him potentially trying to go to Baltimore or even to teams such as the Titans, being that they hold the most cap space going into this offseason. And as far as Bradley Chubb, the biggest landing spots for him as of right now have been Buffalo, Dallas, and the New York Jets. I mean, as far as the pass rush upside that he does bring, I mean, Buffalo banking on aged pass rushers to kind of give them the edge, and it hasn't really been working out. Bradley Chubb still has a little juice to him, so he could get to the passer. He could give you a good 6-7 sack season. But those are the three destinations for them. The Bears have also planned to release linebacker Tremaine Edmonds, who I think was actually a great free agent going into this offseason, being that he's actually only going to be 23 going into his ninth year. Like he came into the league as a young rookie, so I think that's a steal as far as
Hey,
value.
Mr. Amari, wasn't he like the youngest rookie ever drafted or something to that effect?
Yeah, actually, I believe the youngest rookie ever drafted was Juju Smith-Schuster, being that he actually had to have his parents sign his rookie contract. But I believe Tremaine Edmonds was one of the few.
All right. Do you got any more people that got released or on their way out before I get to the next part of this question?
I mean, there are a bunch of big, big potential free agents, or I could say franchise tag targets. One being in Atlanta, Kyle Pitts. In Indianapolis, you have Daniel Jones and Alec Pierce. In San Fran, it's actually Eddie Pinheiro, who is a franchise tag candidate. In Dallas, the number one franchise tag candidate would be George Pickens, and in Cincinnati, it would be Trey Hendrickson. So there, and in Seattle, Kenneth Walker. But I don't. In being the Super Bowl MVP, you would think that Seattle would want to try to get a deal worked out. But as of right now, the intention is to let Kenneth Walker test the market and in hopes for Seattle to find a younger replacement.
Who you said Tyreek spots? I heard you say KC. Who else you said?
Baltimore, Tennessee.
You don't see Buffalo as a spot?
I see Buffalo as a spot, but I don't know. I don't know if they going I don't necessarily know if he gonna want that or if they gonna want that. I don't know.
I like Baltimore KC too, but my top spot was Buffalo. I feel
I feel
like
like Buffalo. I mean, they can this receiver class. They can go get a receiver.
hey,
Like
well
this,
you can
you
do
can go
that.
get a receiver, and
You can do that
um,
with Tyreek Hill. You can still go get a receiver.
yeah, I mean, you can. I feel like Tyreek will take the chance on banking on a return to KC than going to Buffalo
All right. So I'm
Same
because
gonna ask this
KC left
question.
though. It ain't the same KC left.
Yeah, they over there. They got some damaged goods over there. But let me ask you this question, because both of y'all do the FanDuel and all that. So it recently came out that Drake May was already hurt going into the Super Bowl, but he never put on the injury report. The reason that this is important because a lot of people are now gambling more and more than ever. So when you see that the quarterback is hurt, you'll be more apt not to lay your money down on a quarterback that's going to the major game hurt. So the first part of this question is, what's your thoughts about that? And the second part is, what should the NFL do to the Patriots about them concealing his injuries?
well, they already Mike Vrabel came out weeks ahead of time and said that Drake May's shoulder injury was a non-issue for him going
Yeah,
into the Super Bowl.
they've been
So
telling me that.
for anybody that put their money on the Patriots to win, and you're trying to make this New England's fault, you're just stupid.
Yeah,
They were never going to win that game.
they put it out there early about his injury.
I say you just trying to come up with another reason to say that why you lost your money. Nobody told you to do that.
But this is the thing though. You still got to put it on official report because if the coach said nothing's wrong with him, and then after the game he said he had to get shot up to play in the game, those two conflicting statements.
No, not if the injury doesn't compromise the game. The game playing in the game. Him playing in the game was never compromised. That's really what the injury report is for, to see the likelihood of the player playing. That's why you got questionable, probable, and doubtful. It was never in question him playing.
All right. Speaking of people not playing, I'm gonna go transition to you, Mr. KD. The Pacers and the Utah Jazz have been fined for their tanking. So my question is also, what's your thoughts about that? And what's worse, tanking or load management?
I told you last week that Utah was going to get in trouble for that. You told me I was wrong.
I didn't say he was wrong. I said, well, nothing wrong with it. Hey, sometimes you gotta, like the Indiana players. Since we talking about y'all,
Yeah, all right. Wait. I wasn't
I'm
trying
saying,
to get put in
but
this.
y'all not tanking as in
We
throwing
just
a season
bad.
away. Y'all a bad team because
We
your best
bad.
player is injured.
Like
So
we were banking off of one player, and then our second best player left and went to Milwaukee. I mean, we
so
bad.
you get to a point of the season, which we're at the All-Star break, where we have to start thinking business-wise.
Ain't
What is the
trash
best
for
business decision? Winning games might not be your best business decision right now. So you had to make a business decision and say, and you call it tanking, I call it a business move. You know, it can be looked at different ways. But all in all, it's still worse than load management because tanking is putting effort
Giving
towards
up.
losing. Yeah,
You quite literally
effort
giving
towards
up.
losing. So tanking is way worse than load management because load management is another business decision, ironically, where you are compromising the moment for the bigger picture. But tanking is, like I said, putting a concerted effort towards losing that game. So we're not going to support losing or invoke or promote losing. So yeah, tanking versus load management. Tanking is definitely the worst option.
No, I agree. It's like if you already feel like you're losing, I mean, I would think to just tank. I mean, especially in a case like Indiana, you're already a bad team. You're halfway through the season and you're already bad.
You
It's
said in
like,
a
all
case
right,
like who? Case like who? What'd you say?
in a case like Indiana.
Indiana what? The Hoosiers? What you talking about?
I mean, nah, they won the championship, but I mean, they could have tanked. They could have tanked, but I mean, Kurt Cinetti said they're not doing that. He said all he do is win. DJ Khaled type. But
So you talking about the Pacers? Since you don't want to say it.
I mean, okay,
Denver would
but
never.
All right.
Denver was at one point. I don't know what you're saying.
We ain't never tanked. We ain't never tanked.
Been a bad team before.
Yeah, we've been a bad team. Yeah.
So James Harden speak about getting traded, and he brought up an interesting point. And this is the question: what's more important, or what should be more important, loyalty or money? What you think about that, Mr. KD?
It's hurting me to say this because this is a big proponent of me, my lifestyle. I got a tattoo, literally. It's hurting me to say this, and I don't even want to say it really. I'm hoping Amari can finish it for me, but in sports, professional sports, right now, the way it is,
ain't no friends.
Money is more important.
I say ain't no loyalty to that. It's like,
money
man,
is more important. You got to get your bag.
At the end of the day, if I don't do my job, you gonna cut me, and I ain't gonna get paid no more.
Yeah, ain't no loyalty.
But
That's what the thing about loyalty. To me. That's what the thing about loyalty is. It got to go both ways. If you're not loyal to me, I can't show that level of loyalty to you. And that's what Amari hitting at. Owner to player, player to owner. It's weighed differently as far as the loyalty that each supposed to dish out. So that's why I understand in that realm, get your money.
Get your money, man. You know,
that's one thing they can't take away from you. They can hurt your feelings.
They can hurt your feelings. They can. I say, yeah, they can do whatever they want, but they gonna pay you at the end of the day. So I mean, I can understand I'm gonna chase the bag and I'm gonna do what's best for me, especially in a business like the NBA. I feel like in the NBA, everybody kind of gets tossed and traded left and right, but in the sports entertainment industry, there's no loyalty to it. It's all about money. It's like, because at the end of the day, the moment you can't do your job, I have to do what's best for me. And that's ultimately what the Clippers did. I mean, the Cavs they're getting the better end of it, in my opinion, they're getting James Harden.
The more money involved in a situation, in a lot of situations, the more money involved, the less loyalty involved. As far as I need something to fall back on if this don't work out between me and you. And what can I fall back on? That bag.
All right. Before we get to our next topic, do you have any injuries or anything for the NBA, Mr. KD?
No, nothing new since our last pod because it was All-Star Weekend, of course. So nothing new happened. Alarm was Luka playing limited like that, and then Jokic playing limited like that. So I am cautious about that. I'm hoping no news come out. I saw his wrist was wrapped up. I'm hoping no new news comes out. But yeah, I don't have no.
All right. So more football with Mr. Amari. A couple of pods ago, Mr. KD made a point to say that it's a time that we're going to have to deep dive into Matt Stafford's career. Well, the time is here. Let's do a deep dive into Matthew Stafford's career. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Amari.
I mean, now with Matt Stafford having the trophy case with MVP and the Super Bowl, along with the statistics that he's put up year after year. I mean, we've been already having the conversation that Matt Stafford's a borderline Hall of Famer. He just has to do this, that, and the third to get in. But I mean, we all agreed. I believe not last podcast, but before that, if Matt Stafford got this MVP or if he would have got the MVP and the Super Bowl, he was in. He got the MVP. He didn't get the Super Bowl, but he got the MVP. So I think as of right now, on this panel, we all agree that Matt Stafford would be a Hall of Famer now.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Matt Stafford's a Hall of Famer. We arguing first ballot or not at this point. That's what I think.
I'll say, yeah. I would say the first ballot thing. I mean, of course, they're gonna try to use the, oh well, he spent most of his career losing to try to kind of debunk him being the first ballot Hall of Famer. Instead, I mean, I feel like
So did
one
Barry
of the
Sanders.
things. I feel like one of the things that they should look at even more heavier is look at the receivers that he's catapulted to the top.
Oh, hold on now. That was one thing I said might work against him minimally. The fact that he played with probably.
Who was Cooper Kupp before he got there?
Well, you can't really say that because he got drafted there. So,
I mean, okay, that's cool. Who was Cooper? Nobody truly knew who Cooper Kupp was until he won the Triple Crown with who?
well, you can say the same thing about Puka Nacua then, but he got
My
drafted
point
there.
exactly. You're just proving my point. You're not helping your
We
argument. You're helping mine.
we can't guarantee that he made Puka. We don't really know that.
You threw Brett Rippon out there, and what did he do with Puka?
Nah, we can't do that.
You threw Jimmy G out there, and what did he do with Puka? You threw Baker out there, and what did he do with Puka?
Well, no, Baker actually had a little success for a few games. No,
Okay.
did they play together? I think Puka was hurt. I don't know for sure.
He might have been. Who knows? He might have been. I said it was about 2. It was like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, but
But
with Megatron, he had Megatron that whole time.
yeah,
Megatron
Megatron was great already, and then had this amazing season with Matt Stafford. The common denominator in each one of these receivers' careers is Matt Stafford. It's not a passing games coordinator. It's not really it's not a head coach outside of Sean McVay with Cooper Kupp and Puka. It's never really been a head coach. The common denominator is Matthew Stafford.
Now you said the name that really played a part in all this to me. And maybe that could go to another topic later on. Sean McVay is a very heavy contributor to the success of Stafford's career and these receivers we're talking about.
I feel like that's more of a Les Snead thing, since Les Snead is the one that
he put him in the seat, but he had the guy in charge. He could have put them in there with Jeff Fisher and it wouldn't have worked. He had the guy that really amplified all these other players that we're talking about. The talent was there regardless. But
so Matt Stafford, he the fastest player to get 3,500 yards, 40,000 yards, 45,000 yards, 50,000 yards.
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
35,000, 40,000, 45,000, and 50,000.
3,500. That's all I'm about to say. Hold on.
That was a mess up. But yeah, so that's one of the things that he got going for him. So I'm saying that to say that even before he got to LA, he was already.
Amari said losing.
Yeah, I know.
And we've had this conversation before. You're gonna throw the ball for 500 yards in a game that you've been losing the entire time. You can't run the ball.
But I'm in Detroit. I'm in Detroit.
That's my point.
How much a guaranteed win on my schedule when I seen you?
All right, that ain't my fault. Blame the franchise.
You part of the fault. You're the one throwing it. At that point, you gotta blame the man on the field too. You ain't helping me win.
I'm doing the best I can. Who was my running back?
Which year?
Any year. You give me one from Detroit.
He had Reggie Bush one year.
Okay, all right.
He had Reggie Bush one year.
He had a dude named Reggie Bush. He didn't have the Reggie Bush.
He had Reggie Bush still.
He had who was opposing Calvin Johnson? Who I had on the other side?
Golden Tate. You had
Nate
Burleson. Nate Burleson. You had him. I mean, he won't bad. Then I mean, of course, you ended up getting Kenny Golladay and Marvin Jones. I don't think they actually played the opposite side of Calvin Johnson. Yeah, I don't think they played alongside Megatron. But I mean,
I don't think Golden Tate had too many years.
He probably had like 1 or 2 years, if anything.
Yeah. But the point I'm making, because we probably are missing a good receiver that Detroit had, but the point I'm saying is he played with.
I don't know why I want to say Jermaine Gresham, but I'm pretty sure he was more of a Seahawk than anything.
But
and Jermaine Kearse.
The main topic, to stay on topic and keep the focus on Matt, He has made great with his career. The second breath that he's gotten with the Rams, with Sean McVay, with Les Snead, um, he's capitalized on. Because he could have got to that situation and still not made nothing of it. But it has amped his career up, and now we look at the retrospect of his career a whole different way because of the accomplishments he has with the Rams. And the MVP just makes it even sweeter. So cool. I've always been a Stafford fan, but I'm just glad he got out of Detroit.
I'm gonna ask y'all both this question, and you can split it up like a pie of 100%. Who's more to blame for the first half of his career, Detroit or Matt Stafford? Who you get more of the blame to?
For his career?
Yeah, for the beginning part, for the Detroit years. Do you blame, is it 80% Detroit, 20% him? Is it 80% him, 20% Detroit? Who do you blame more for the failures that he had in Detroit?
70-30, Detroit.
I would pick that up a little bit and say 60-40. It still go
60-40.
Detroit. 60-40 Detroit. I would still go 60-40 Detroit. Because
So,
you the man at the helm. You gotta like you said, I'm doing the best I can, but you just had to say you gotta do a little bit better.
I can't tackle. We saw Joe Burrow last year have an MVP season. He can't tackle.
I mean, y'all couldn't tackle, cover, line up.
That's what I'm saying. I can't do none of that defensive stuff. I can't do none of that. I can put up 5,000 yards, 40 plus touchdowns, and miss the playoffs because I can't catch the interception. I can't make that third down tackle. I can't.
So with that being said, who do we blame the resurrection on in LA? Rams, Stafford. Who get more of the percentile there?
You said blame.
You were slick how you did that. He meant credit, like who you get the credit. That was slick how you segued that right there.
Hey, I mean, I feel like you would give the credit more. I feel like you give that credit to the Rams. I mean, you still got to get. Yeah, I mean, I still keep the same percentages, 60-40. It's like, I would give that even more 50-50 because I mean, he walked in with talent. I mean, but even then, you walked into Cooper Kupp,
65.
and is it Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods?
Yeah, he's always had talent. Yeah, I'm with you, and that plays into the franchise, but. I think he also elevated his game a little bit, but I think that's because of Sean McVay. So hey,
but I say yeah. I mean, and I say the only thing I say that I feel like the thing that works against them in that argument is the fact that the Rams literally they just were coming off of a Super Bowl just a few years before they traded for Matt Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
Same receiving core, same offensive weaponry. They were ready to go back, and they ultimately did.
Stop disrespecting the most important piece in that whole thing.
Sean McVay, you're right. I know. I'm not.
That's the most important cog in the whole goddamn formula.
Yeah. I'm giving Sean McVay the credit for the team that he built.
You said all these other pieces. I need to talk about the board, the chessboard. They wanted to put all the pieces on the board, which is less need to. Less need to. But
say we're not going.
But who was the GM with Jeff Fisher?
Was it Leslie? Was Leslie in there the whole time?
I'm assuming. I don't even know that for sure. I'm assuming.
Oh, I'm about to say. I'm like, was he there?
I thought you was going to solidify for me. I don't know. I just know they won't that good. And they had Steven Jackson. Shout out just randomly. Shout out Steven Jackson.
All right. Well, Trinidad Chambliss and Mohamed Toure, both of them, Trinidad that is, going for his 6-year eligibility, and Mohamed with his 8th year. What is the future for the NCAA eligibility and NIL? And last but not least, is the NIL making rookies that enter the NFL more entitled? It's on you, Mr. Amari.
I just think NIL is really encouraging a lot of rookies. Like you said, it's not. I wouldn't really take it as a sense of entitlement, but they don't feel the need to have to go to the NFL draft in such a hurry, like because everybody else is. Oh, I'm trying to make my dream come true. I'm trying to buy my mama a car. So it's, they knew they got the chance to leave college early in their junior year to go, and they knew they were going to be a first round pick. They were set to go. A lot of these players are coming into college making $1 million or signing $1 million deals to the point where they're getting paid more than some of their coaches on the staff. So it doesn't matter when I already have the money. It's like I'm going into the NFL. My college NIL is more than my rookie contract. I feel no need to have to. I don't feel pressured to go into the NFL. There's nothing that's there for me that I already don't have. And I feel like ultimately that was the reason why Carson Beck actually ended up going back last year to transfer to Miami, the league out of Georgia, because he wasn't widely considered a guarantee for a first round pick. So his NIL was ultimately way more than what his rookie contract would have been if he would have been a second round pick. So it's I wouldn't say it's a sense of entitlement. It gives them definitely gives them a level of security, but it just kind of is starting to diminish the college football game. I mean, of course, they stepped away from truly being amateurs into now college football mm, is just as much of a semi-pro league as the XFL.
And the league, I'm not even going to touch on what you said because we pointing at the same points, but I'm going to go to the next part. The league benefits off of college football because of the development. They've always looked to them as a development stage to then get these guys ready to be professionals. The incentive of getting the big payday once you become professional is compromised. Because like Amari saying, I'm getting a big payday in college where I got free reign. I don't have as much guidelines, so to say, and strict rules to follow once I become a professional. And like you said, a lot of times I'm making more money than my rookie contract might offer, and I have a lot more freedom, leeway, and leverage. So it's compromising the sport first, and it's really it's throwing away the development factor because you're chasing the bag and not the opportunity. Wherefore, going to Alabama was enough at a point. Like you didn't need no more incentive. Going to Alabama, I knew I was going to a top-notch program that would prepare me to be a top-notch professional. Now, if sorry for the first name to come to me, if North Carolina A&T offered me the bag, I'm going there. I know I'm not looking at how does that compromise my professional outlook, but shout out to North Carolina A&T. I didn't really mean that as a shout out. It was just the first college that came to my mind.
That is hilarious. No, but you definitely hit it right on the head. It's like I said, if I'm making, let's say I'm making $10 million off of NIL incentives and endorsements in college, it's like, okay, I attend, let's say 3 to 4 classes a day, and then I come home with a fat check versus going to the NFL and I come home with maybe $580,000
And I got
in my rookie year.
missing practice, and
yeah, it's like it's certain things that that I believe that anybody that knows. I mean, in college you get a level of freedom. I mean, of course, the college coaches are still on you because at the end of the day, you being a college athlete, that's still technically a job. But you have another sense of freedom. Whereas, I mean, like you said, in the NFL game, it's saying you miss a meeting, you're fine. They're taking your money. They not. It's not a simple, oh, you're not gonna play this week. No, they're taking your money. That's your game check. This is how you gonna live. They taking that. So being that I'm getting more in college, I mean, I would stay there until I guess the level of maturity, or I feel like I've personally reached that level of maturity to take that next step.
yep, I think the
All
money
right.
is compromising a lot, and that's life. Money compromises a lot all the time. So
Yeah, that goes back to your point about the loyalty over the money. And lastly, I think when Amari was speaking of, see, in college, you still consider a student, and that still holds weight. You don't get the same responsibility as a full-fledged professional. In the NFL, you're a professional. In college, semi-pro, but you're still a student. As long as you got that student athlete tag on you, it gives you a little more leeway. So with that being said, I'm going to go to you, Mr. KD. The new All-Star format. What's your takeaway and what's your thought about the game? It's on you, Mr. KD.
I was watching the game. First off, I enjoyed the whole setup series, how they played out and everything. But I was watching the game with my cousin, and he was like, "Man, I'm liking this new format." And I had to break it to him, because I was feeling the same way, but then the reality hit. No, we like the competitiveness of this new format. I ain't gonna say we really like the format. We like that. Oh snap! They're actually competing for All-Star game this year. So if we can get that level of competition in the old format, because I still believe the All-Star game should be East versus West. Shouldn't be no mini tournament, 12-minute games. No, it needs to be the Eastern All-Stars versus the Western All-Stars. And if we can just compete, the quality of that game will speak for itself. But so stepping away from it, I like the format. If that's what it takes to get them to compete, I like the format. But the gist of it is I like the competitive nature that came from that format more so than the format. What you got, Amar?
I could definitely say I didn't. Well, I mean, I did kind of like the format. I mean, having the the 3 teams. I did like that. And I actually came up with an idea that I gave it the IT. We're gonna talk about it a little bit more in the future. But it was like you said, it was the competitiveness. Like we highlighted earlier, Wemby set the tone early, and it kind of ramped everybody up to the point where it was like, all right, well, if he don't want to lose, I don't want to lose either. And then have we been sitting on this same panel talking like, oh well, all the foreign players they run the NBA. They came and showed you it's like at the end of the day.
Come on, they still do.
Hey,
Three
by
of the best foreign players didn't play for real. Come on now.
By numbers, they do.
He was missing Shea, Luka, and Jokic. Come on now, and Giannis. The world still started to say we because I said that during the game too. My cousin said, "You know, you from America, right?" Because I kept saying we talk about the world team. But
I mean, they host your guy, so I understand.
That's what I told him. I said I got 2 guys over there, but yeah, don't get it twisted, tomorrow. The world team, I mean, the foreigners still are the top dogs. Come on now.
I mean, I feel like, ultimately, like on paper, they have the best team. They got outperformed. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter with or without. I can only play the person that's in front of me.
We had what's my
name? Don't matter. I can only play the person that's in front of me. And guess what? It was
your boy played too many minutes. It was because of the injuries and everything, but your boy played too many minutes.
Now we're talking about minutes.
Him and who else was it? It was somebody else. I was like, why is he getting so many minutes? Not Denny. Who's the other foreigner? White foreigner. I didn't want to say it. But who's the other foreigner? Hey, it was Denny and Sengun.
And that's another one of your guys.
I like Sengun, but if Jokic was playing like it was expected to be, okay. So I'll segue to this: if Shea, Giannis, Luka, Jokic was fully healthy and was committed to playing in this game, do you think it would still ended up the way it did?
I mean, Luka don't play no defense anyway, but no.
All right, that's all. Then that's all.
Hey.
And speaking of that, Mr. KD, what you think about? To me, it seemed like the American team, their championship was playing international teams. It seemed like they. You said what, sir?
Which American team? It was 2 of them.
No, both of them beat the international team, but it seemed like it seemed like they made it a point that they were going to show you this is the American game. They came out there and beat them both times. I think that playing the international team, I think they took that more to heart than playing each other. What do you think about that?
I can see that because Ant came out and said, they understood who was the favorites going in or who was looked at as the favorites. But at the same time, if we know what we knew now, would we still look at them as the favorites? If we knew Luka was only going to play 5 minutes, if we knew Jokic was only going to play 5 minutes, if we knew Shea wasn't going to play, if we knew Giannis wasn't going to play, would they still be looked at as the favorites? I doubt it. So I get it, the narrative of the world team being the dominance, but I feel like they didn't really end or defeat that narrative because the top guys weren't available and didn't really play outside of Wemby.
But am I to be punished because they didn't want to play?
No. Well, I don't know.
That shouldn't take the wind. That shouldn't take the wind out of my sails because you didn't want to lace up.
I still think that narrative is still out there. You didn't defeat the narrative. Like if you would have beat that world team with all their players, then the narrative is you made your statement. I don't think your statement is that loud, being that you really just beat Wemby and the guys.
All right, before we get to the next spot, I'm going to say this. So we had made our picks and you and Mr. KD and Mr. Mario had the international team, and I had LeBron in them. Obviously, was both wrong, but you in particular, Mr. KD, said something. You were saying that who's really number 2 is the Stars team because of their youth, their ability to run people off the court, and you kind of predicted everything that did happen when they faced each other. The young boys took them old heads and just blew them off the court with athleticism and all that. What you think about
You
that?
can't say that because they beat them the first time.
Yeah,
First
but
time they
eventually
beat
them legs got tired. Them legs got tired. 35 is 35.
Yeah, well, if you beat me the first time and then I played 3 games straight and then you beat me at that third game, I can still walk away with my head semi high. But the young team did what they were supposed to do in that third game series or third game situation. Is we're not giving you no chance to breathe. We're not giving you no chance to adjust or to ease into this thing. We got to jump out on you from the gate, and they did it. And I knew that the speed and athleticism that they carried would be complicated for the world team and the older American team. But I still thought the world team would end up winning one. Like I said, I didn't know the restrictions of the players that was available, but I knew that older team. And outside of Kawhi going crazy, that nobody probably expected, they would have beat them both times. So, and a clutch De'Aaron Fox 3-2.
Yeah, you gotta give. You kind of gotta give
my
Mike to
fault.
that 3.
I thought Kawhi went crazy against the world team. That was a different game.
Yeah. So, Mr. Amari, what you think about that dunk contest? It's on you. That's all I'm gonna say. What do you think about the dunk contest?
Rash,
Time
but
to
I
get
did
it.
get the runner right. I can genuinely tell you it was not worth the watch, but I wanted to see if I was going to be right, and I was.
Yeah, Mario, I didn't watch.
Not a single memorable dunk in this. Oh, actually, that's a lie. I can't think of the one guy. He tried to do tried to do something. It was like a 360 dunk. And he got caught on the backside of the backboard, and he practically broke his back.
You talking about Jace? It was Jace. You talking about off that alley? The dude was throwing the pass off the side of the backboard. He tried to do it and fell. And I thought he was out.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I mean, it's not memorable for the right reasons, but it's memorable.
We're gonna remember the E40 when he dunked over E40.
I guess.
I already forgot.
I'm with you. It was
Like
nothing.
you said, I already forgot it. I see you wrong.
Well, I didn't watch it when it happened. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Wasn't worth it. I mean,
I watched the 3-point contest, and I was so glad that they put that first because I didn't watch nothing after it. But I did do the highlights to spin back, and Keyshawn George
Johnson.
I feel like what's his name? Why I can't think his name. Is it White? What was San Antonio Spurs guy? I don't know. I feel like he had it right there. He could have won it, but he just couldn't complete the dunk. But he had the 50 in the first round of it, so he had the headway going into it, but he just couldn't complete the dunk. But yeah, I'm with you though. It was nothing. We're not gonna remember this.
It was nothing. It was really nothing to write home about.
And then it don't make it no better that Mac McClung came out with his video of his 4 dunks. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it didn't. Yeah, he really didn't help. It was like, oh, because then, I mean, of course, everybody's already kind of up and I would call it being butthurt about the fact that he wasn't in it. But I mean, why would I want to win something 4 times?
No, he wanted to be in it. I think they said the narrative is they wouldn't let him.
I mean, that makes sense too. I mean, he's guaranteed to win.
He had a dunk where he made the ball touch his shoes and came back and reversed it. What was the last dunk? The last one was the craziest one to me.
So the dude name was Carter Bryant. And he was the only one. When I seen his dunks, they looked like dunk contest dunks. He just couldn't get that one down. But he was the only participant I seen that was worth a doggone. The rest of it is hard.
You gotta give credit to the winner. Come on now. We're not gonna do that.
Yeah, I give him credit for completing the dunks. I give him credit for that. He
had a dance move after each one that made the dunk look better.
Mm-hmm. He had a West Coast dance move after each one because he's from the West Coast.
He's from the Bay. Yeah, he let you know where he was from. If you didn't know where he was from beforehand,
you know now. And with that being said, we're gonna get to the next topic. And you always said that this should be the last thing every year for the All-Star, which is a 3-point contest. And I'm starting to go bend that corner with you, Mr. KD, because this was way more exciting than the dunk contest. So what's your thought about Dame Lillard winning his third 3-point contest? It's on you, Mr. KD.
It was rigged.
It felt like it, right? It was a storybook ending and everything. But kudos to Dame, because he was the last minute, to the viewers at least, or to the audience. We looked at him as last minute. A last minute addition, but he came out and shot the ball the purest of it. I thought Khan, when he started, the way he started the 3-point contest, I was like, oh, he's going to be a problem. If you telling me this is your first one and he's shooting this fluidly out the gate, but then he cooled down in that second round, and then you saw Devin Booker, the two old heads, so to say. Devin Booker and Dame going at it, and Devin Booker, for lack of better terms, choked it away because he had the opportunity.
That's exactly what it was. Because I don't think I've ever seen Devin Booker shoot worse.
Now he shoot worse that last rack because he was still in there. He just missed those last 4. He needed one, at least one. He couldn't hit none of them. So
it looked like he didn't want to hit one of them.
Oh, that's another opinion. Another opinion on things.
There you go, the conspiracy bros.
But
there you go.
The bigger narrative that came from all this is we got like 3 names locked in for next year already.
And then I don't know if you've seen this. I was just about to say, I don't know if you've seen the speculation. Steph
said, sign me up. Steph said, I'm gonna make Clay do it. Book said he coming back. Dame said he coming back. That's 4 right there.
And then you just need some young guys.
If this ain't the main event next year, I don't know what the NBA is doing.
You took the words out my mouth. With that lineup, you got to make it the main event, because we're going to have nobody dunking for first place, nobody dunking for second place, nobody dunking for third place, and they may not even get a 4th person. But with that being said, we're going to get to our Olympic highlight of the week. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Amari. Which person or team you would like to highlight is on you?
The Team USA team heading for gold. I believe this is the U.S. women's hockey team.
We got the same team. Yeah.
Yeah. So, going for the gold and give a shout out to them. KD.
Yeah, they're going against Canada, and that comes up almost every Olympics.
Every year.
But the point I want to walk away from, this is probably one of the first times in at least a while that we are favorited. The U.S. team is the head above water favorite as far as expected to win, but you never know when there's rivalry. But the USA women's ice hockey team is 6-0, right? And that's great and all. They have outscored their opponents 31-1 through 6 games. They have outscored their opponents 31-1. That is phenomenal. That is dominant. Hey, you got one thing left to do. You gotta complete the task.
Hey, you gotta finish it. That's all that is. Man, you just gotta finish.
Shout out to the women's ice hockey team, but you gotta complete the task. It's right there for you.
All right.
I'm not even a big Winter Olympics fan.
All right. Our boxing showdown. I'm gonna start with you, Mr. KD. Barrios versus Garcia. What's your thoughts about this upcoming fight?
Man, I love it. Being a boxing guy, we started with that Shakur card. I think we went to the NFL Super Bowl, then we went to the Pro Bowl, then we went to the Super Bowl, then we went to All-Star Weekend, and now we're back in boxing again. So I'm loving it. Ryan Garcia versus Barrios. I think it's going to be a good one. The only reason I'm hesitant is I never know which Ryan Garcia I'm going to get. And that means a lot to the outcome of the fight. Garcia coming off that Rolly loss. Barrios coming off of last year when he had a competitive fight with Pacquiao. We know the age of Pacquiao, so a competitive fight with him with you at your peak is not a good look. But I think both of these guys understand the magnitude of this fight, and that's what's going to make for a good performance, hopefully, when they get in the ring against each other. But the strength of this whole situation is they got a strong undercard, too. When you got Gary Antoine Russell on your undercard, you got Oscar Duarte on your undercard, you got Hitchens on your undercard, Frank Martin on your undercard, and you got Nahir Albright on your undercard. We are in tune for some action-packed matches from at least the last 4 on the main card. So I'll be tuned in. I'm excited about it. I hope Ryan Garcia doesn't come to play.
Pump it up.
Yeah, I hope he comes serious and takes this opportunity serious. He's he's saying all the right things, but that's what Ryan does. He's saying that a third loss in his career at this point would compromise his future, and it sounds good because it's the truth. But what are you going to bring to avoid that third loss? So we got to see. And Barrios is great competition, so I'm tuned in, excited. Clarissa Shields fighting that night too, not on the same card, but she is fighting, I believe. So I'm excited. It's going to be a good weekend of boxing. Hopefully.
Do you got a pick?
For Garcia and Barrios, it's hard to pick because I don't know who I'm gonna get from him. Barrios is the champ, so
Taking the champ.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with Garcia. I'm gonna go Ryan. In this case, and there's a lot of hope in this pick too. I'm gonna go with Ryan though, but I wouldn't bet on it. Put it that way. Knowing I'm a betting man, I wouldn't bet on it. But I'll pick Garcia.
No, that says a lot. We was just starting off early and say, hey, you put your money in that basket. Ain't nobody tell you to do that.
I wouldn't put. I don't think I bet. I'm saying this today. I might bet come fight time, but I'm just saying I'm not that confident in Ryan Garcia as my pick, but that'll be my pick.
All right. So other NBA news with Mr. KD. I don't know if you heard this. I just found out maybe an hour ago. They picked Jokic. I guess the NBA players consider him the best NBA player in the league right now. I mean, that's what I heard. I don't know how true it is. They might have been under influence when they made this list. I have no idea. But what I do know is Jokic is 25 triple doubles away from catching Russ. Do you believe he would do it this season? It's on you, Mr. KD.
First off, since you brought it up, Jokic was voted the best player in the league by his All-Star peers. With 5 votes, he won first place. The other guys' considerations for the vote, I think Donovan Mitchell got 2, and he was one of the voters. Him and his teammate was one of the voters. And Shea got 3, I want to say, and LeBron and Steph got none. So that goes to speak towards who was voting and who was leaning towards who. But they got it right. We know who the best player in the league is. As far as the triple doubles, it's only 27 games left on our schedule. If he's 25 behind Russ, realistically speaking, I don't think he's going to catch him this year. But he will be caught.
Yeah, I don't see a reasoning why Jokic won't catch Russell Westbrook. Definitely won't be this season. Like KD said, with only 27 games left, that means you literally have to average a triple double in almost each and every single one of these games, which I mean is doable, but highly unlikely. So definitely in the early part of next season, if they don't count the triple doubles, of course, that I believe Jokic will get in the postseason, I'm pretty sure that he'll catch him next season.
And we can't show him that Russ is still active too, so he can put maybe
he can always separate at some point.
Yeah, he can put 1 or 2 together that extends the gap. But you're gonna get caught.
Hey, are the Kings still in the NBA, Mr. KD?
The Kings still in the NBA is crazy.
And Russ is a starter, so.
All right. And speaking of how many games we got left, this is a 2-part question. Which team you believe will have the best push in the second half of the NBA season, and which team needs to have a great push for the second half of the NBA season? It's on you, Mr. KD.
To some listeners, the consistent listeners, they might look at this as a contradicting statement, but the best push for the second half of the season, I got Cleveland. I know last week I spoke about how the Cleveland trade, James Harden trade, didn't really move the needle and everything. But with their schedule being the 5th easiest schedule left, with the honeymoon phase that I think they're about to kick off, or they kicked off already, but they're about to kick into, I feel like they're going to have a strong end to their season. But once the playoffs come, I think it'll be a whole different story. But I think Cleveland's going to end this season hot and definitely kick off this second half and run with it. But the needs push team, I was torn between both LA teams. But I lean with the Clippers more because the Clippers right now have a losing record, so they need direly more to have a better second half. But I really think they will have a better second half. They have I believe, either the third, they have the 3rd easiest schedule left. And Kawhi's been balling like I spoke about earlier. I think they can string together some wins and make a real push for the playoffs. Being 26 and 28 now, that's why they need it more than the Lakers. But I still have the Lakers as a team to look at as far as the push in the second half as well. If they can get healthy, I would put my Nuggets, but our schedule's a little rougher in this second half with this second spurt. So I'm going with the Cleveland Cavaliers for the biggest push or the best push, but the Clippers as a team that needs to push the most. And the Hornets is another shout out too. They need one too.
That was actually the team that I had was the Hornets. I mean, they've been on the streak, and it's crazy that we've been actually mentioning LaMelo Ball quite often. But I think LaMelo is starting to really. I ain't gonna say. He look like he's starting to care about winning now.
Okay.
Man, look like he looking like Chino Hills LaMelo all over again.
Okay. Hey, shout out to Melo. I mean, you about to make me say Chino Melo. Shout out to Melo. He's gonna be all dots crossed and everything. He's going to play the most games he's played this far in his career. So shout out to that.
This season.
Yeah. If everything
that's
plays out.
All right. So, Mr. KD, we all know Mr. CP3 is retired.
Is he?
Now,
yeah.
This got to be the worst send-off I've ever seen in my life. But with that being said, I just want to kind of talk about his retirement, his last year, his career, and everything that's going on with CP3. What's your thoughts? Will he rank it as a point guard? All of that. What you think about that, Mr. KD?
I'm a CP3 fan, man. I'm not a fan of how his career turned out, but I'm a CP3 fan. You can't jump off the train when you feel convenient. If you're a fan, you're a fan. But a 21 season career, because that's what's going to be counted as. You can't just throw that to the side. That's an accomplishment in itself. You're 11-time All NBA, 9-time All Defense, 5-time assist leader, 6-time steal leader, Rookie of the Year. To end your career, second in assists and second in steals. Those accomplishments and accolades in their own puts you in a certain realm or caliber of player when you look at the history of the game. So I'm putting him top 5. For me personally.
I don't see how he cannot be a top 5 point guard all time.
He's one of I could see people arguing it because when I bring the names up, I can see your argument. I'll argue against it. But he's one of only 3 players with 20,000 points, 10,000 assists, 2,000 steals. He just really fell into some unlikely circumstances. Like
surrounded by talent, but just could not get past that hill.
But even when we talk about the injuries, like if we talk about unlucky, if we put that as a description and you have to put a picture beside it as far as an NBA player, I think Chris Paul has to qualify. Like the injury in the conference finals against the Warriors where they were up. He had
the Rockets.
He had an injury with the Clippers.
They would have won that year.
They had a 3-1 lead and they lost that. Doc Rivers was the coach. Just shouting it out.
No, you just throwing shots at Doc now.
You know who has the most 3-1 lead losses in history?
Is it Doc
Who,
Rivers?
Mr. KD?
Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers.
He
But yeah, back to the Chris Paul. Top 5 for me for sure. And then, like I said, unlucky. You can even look at the what could have been that didn't happen. Chris Paul trade to the Lakers is weighed even heavier as his career went on. Like when it happened, we looked at, that's some BS. But now we looking back like, come on, man. Chris Paul, Kobe, and Dwight, you robbed us of that opportunity. You robbed him of that opportunity at that point in his career. Yeah. So he's had an unlucky turnout. But with all that said, he's definitely going on the list though. Those lists of top players that don't have without a ring, he's on that list. But
yeah.
But as far as ranking in the point guards, I got him top 5. What you got him on?
Yeah. Oh no, I agree with you.
You go ahead. My bad, Mr. Murray.
No, I just want to say I completely agree. Chris Paul is the top 5 point guard all time, in my opinion. I don't really see how he couldn't be you literally top 2 in 2 statistical categories amongst point guards. So I feel like that matters, even though the longevity does kind of play into account. But he has been good and or great for a majority of his career.
So who your 5, KD?
When I listed the names, I didn't even put like a 5. I just put who I guarantee in my mind is over him. And I only highlighted 2 guys. Like guarantee over him, I got Magic and Steph. The other names I put was Isaiah, Stockton, Nash, Kidd, Russ. I can see somebody arguing
Steve
for
Nash
those.
because he got the MVPs.
He got 2. Yeah, he got 2 of
That's
them.
what I'm saying. He got 2 MVPs, so I can see Steve Nash.
And I can see Isaiah Thomas too. Like I understand why you would say that. And I definitely understand why you would say Stockton. I understand both of those. And the crazy thing is, I would make the strongest argument for Jason Kidd. So therefore, I can see why you would try to push him out of that top 5. But I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I'd probably, if I got to, I'd go Steph first, Magic.
This is where you go like Stockton.
Probably Steph, Magic, Stockton, Chris Paul, J. Kidd. And I'm sorry.
Steve can't. I'm about to say you can't eat Steve Nash off the list at 5.
Oh no, Steve Nash is not a top 5 point guard. Steve Nash nice. He liked that. One of those MVPs was supposed to be his, but
yes,
he's not top. He's not top 5. Jason Kidd is way over Steve Nash. John, all them other names I named, Russ is over Steve Nash to me.
Westbrook.
And that's why I thought you were going to be arguing for Russell over CP3. That's really an argument. Both of them without rings. One got an MVP. One don't have an MVP. In the traditional sense of a point guard, I could say CP3. But most people would say Russell Westbrook is a better player than Chris Paul.
I don't think well, player maybe, but we asked point guard. The question.
I say player. I can definitely get it. I mean, most people don't just sit here and average a triple double being an average player. Let alone he did that for 2 seasons.
That's not belittling Russ. We're not belittling Russ. We're just saying when you say point guard, certain names automatically jump into the conversation. Sometimes you forget.
They don't call that man the point guard for a reason.
Just like Oscar Robertson, you forget sometimes. You be like, "Oh, dang, he did play point," but
you will forget that he played point.
But yeah, Mr. KD, somebody that people always forget is Mr. Darren Williams. So you know me.
He don't go on.
I always had Darren Williams over Chris Paul until he just stopped.
The crazy thing, Amari, when they were both playing, I'm talking about Utah, Darren Williams, and Hornets, Chris Paul. I was more of a Darren Williams fan, but now that time has went by, we can't even put them in the same conversation.
The only time I like Darren Williams was on 2K.
2K,
and that was because his jump shot was smooth. Yes.
And you got Kyle Korver, Meme Okur, man. The Jazz was like that. 2K, the Jazz was like that.
I ain't gonna lie. Even when he went to the Nets with Gerald Wallace and them, I still like.
Hey, what's that meme? Well, not meme, but what's that legend that your crossover hasn't worked since 2009? But no, I was a Darren Williams fan when they were active and both at their peaks. When the real tiebreaker was Darren Williams' size, like he could back you down and all of that. But like I said, as time went by, it definitely erased Darren Williams. Darren Williams is not a top 10 point guard. We're talking about top 5, and you bringing in a not top 10 name. So
you bringing in a borderline top 30.
Nah, I was just saying that because that point right there, peak for peak. That's all. And I knew I was gonna get you to say what you just said. But
next question.
Speaking of 2 people without rings, and I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Amari. This is our versus segment. The best moving forward. Karl Malone versus Charles Barkley. Mr. Amari, who you got?
Yeah, it's on you, Amari. Yeah.
Karl Malone. Yeah. Because in 49 matchups, Karl Malone has outplayed Charles Barkley in 29 of those matchups.
Oh, don't do that.
Hey, I'm just saying, you getting outplayed, obviously. You better.
Somebody had John Stockton. Somebody had John Stockton.
Hey, he was cooking you. Don't matter. This is one-on-one.
No,
one-on-one. I'm cooking. I'm giving you work.
Malone ain't playing no one-on-one game.
Well, whatever you said. Like I said, in 49 matchups, Karl Malone won 29 of those, averaging 24 points per game, 10 and a half rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. they ultimately had very similar numbers when it comes to like career highs versus each other. Um, Most times ended up in the same amount of rebounds, but Karl Malone outlasted him in points. And at the end of the day, the game comes to whoever has the highest point total. So yeah, I'm giving that to Karl Malone. Although, as you did note, he did have a Hall of Fame point guard. So
I argue about Karl Malone so much, not argue for him. I argue against him
okay, I
because
argue about him, not for him.
not even for him. I had to clear that up because his numbers puts him in a spot where it's hard to argue. But he had John Stockton, and a lot of these passes and finishes and points came off John Stockton's creativity and productivity. Um, but I gave Barkley the nod. I gave Barkley the nod because I appreciate and value his one-on-one capabilities more. Like Barkley can go get it as far as, and I'm not saying Malone can't, but Barkley was reliant on going and getting it himself more so than Karl Malone was. Not to mention Karl Malone was way bigger than Barkley. So for us to have equal rebounds, even actually Charles having the edge career-wise,
So yeah,
that speaks a lot. And then the scoring being so comparable, but you was in the pick and roll situation with what we just brought up, John Stockton, the top 5 point guard all time. You were the beneficiary of a situation where though Barkley made the best of his situation. So I'm a slide with Barkley. I personally I got Charles Barkley as the second best power forward all time, but that's me personally. I can understand arguments otherwise. And I definitely, if somebody says Karl Malone, I'll argue my point or try to, but it'll get to a point where I really can't argue no more. If you really nail down on who Karl Malone was as far as what he accomplished, my argument really can't last too long. But I got Charles Barkley with that edge, and that's really personal preference. I want to hear the old head of this panel perspective because
you got to see both of them play.
I made this question and it had a lot to do with Shaq sensitive tale because he always bring up the fact that Barkley don't have a ring. As if Barkley ain't one of them guys. Like, this man was 6'4", 6'5", playing in the paint. And to your point, averaging more rebounds than Karl Malone. Easily 4 or 5 inches shorter than him. The things that he was able to do in the era of the bigs is remarkable. Like, if he did it now, we'll be like, yeah, ain't that many bigs around. But when he was doing in the late 80s and the 90s, with legitimate 7-footers, 2 on each team, darn near every team, I think it's more impressive. And to Mr. KD point, I didn't have nobody setting the table up for me as a point guard. I was going to get it off the basket, get it off the rebound. I was bringing the ball up. A lot of this was me, no help. So even to the point that he got 1 championship appearance, and Karl Malone got 3 championship appearances because he went to the Lakers. I forget about those years. So he always had more help and more talent around him in Utah. Now on the other side, Karl Malone was an Iron Man.
We both ran into the same guy.
Yeah. But Karl Malone was an Iron Man, physically and durable. Like, so that's his thing. He was that consistent scorer, night in, night out, don't miss games, gonna play 80, 82 games every year, get you 25. So me personally, I just believe that Charles Barkley had more gifts. And that's why I picked him over Karl Malone. Just for that reason alone. Anything else, Mr. Murray, before we get to the next topic?
No, I can get where you're coming from with that.
Go, Chuck.
Who
will win one-on-one? That's what I want to know, Mark. Who will win one-on-one?
My point. That's Mr. My point right there.
I mean,
who will win one-on-one? That'll be a good matchup, actually.
Guess we'll never know.
That'll be a good matchup, actually. Because Karl Malone gonna back him down the whole time.
I'm about to say, yeah, you got a paint bully versus somebody that's about to run.
That'll be a good matchup. That's probably like what they call it, the movable object versus that's a good one.
The unstoppable force versus the immovable object.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, you can't guard me. Okay, you can't guard me either. So who's gonna win? But yeah, that'll be a good matchup.
It's all about who get the ball first.
No, it's the battle of the first mistake.
Yeah. With that being said,
Charles will make a mistake first. Charles will shoot a jumper. So that might work against him.
We're going to get to our last verse of the night. And I'm going to start with you, Mr. KD, because either last podcast or the podcast for that, You and Mr. Murray said something that I never heard such malarkey before. Y'all said that Christian McCaffrey is better than LaDainian Thomas. So I think it's going to be a 2-on-1 versus. I kind of figure who y'all going to go with. But I just want to hear y'all explanation before I just clear out the building.
Amari Titan.
You want numbers? You want numbers or accolades first?
Your choice. Your world. I'm just a admirer. I'm just trying to hear it.
3-time All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, 2006 MVP, 2006 Offensive Player of the Year with Daniel Thomason. No, I mean, you're one of very few running backs to win an MVP. I will shed light to that. That's solid. Real good thing. He has 13,684 yards, 162 touchdowns, and an 11-year career.
I'm about to say, how many seasons? 11 years? Okay.
11 years. Christian McCaffrey, 4-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, 2023 and 2025 Comeback Player of the Year, has 13,249 yards.
Already?
98 touchdowns in 9 years. He's on pace to shatter everything that LT's trying to do, or that LT did. He's better. We're talking about dual threat, versatile running back. He's better.
That 13.
Hold on. The numbers. Sometimes I confuse numbers. You said 13,000 and what for LT?
684.
And he's done. It ain't gonna be no more yards.
He's done.
Yeah, ain't gonna be no more yards to that.
If Christian McCaffrey had a good bill of health in 3 seasons,
he'd be smoked that. But
he would have smoked everything that he did.
But what you say? So C-Mac was 13 and what?
But 13,249.
That's his total yards, though.
That's his total yards. Yeah, I'm 400 short.
That's what we praise LT for.
No, he got 18,000. He got 18,000 total yards, though. He gave you rushing yards.
No, these are total yards.
No, he got his total yards is 13. His rushing yards is 1368. And he got another 4,700 receiving yards to go with that.
Okay, so Okay, so I'm 5,000 yards short, and I still played 2 less years than you.
And we can't count
hurt McCaffrey for 3 years.
I was about to say we can't just count McCaffrey seasons and seasons because he's missed 2. So,
but even still, the fact that I'm that close.
No, the fact that
I've been hurt for 3 years. I'm about to smoke you.
Yeah, I'm going to smoke you.
I'm on pace to be I'm better than what they thought you were.
I just put up 1,000 rushing and 1,000 receiving in this season. So
that's the second time I did that, mind you.
I'm about to smoke you.
I believe he was because he was top 10 in receiving yards this year. And he's a running back.
Hey, Mr. Marvin, let me ask you one question. Do you got his season high rushing yards? I'm talking about Christian McCaffrey, that is.
No, you should have it. What's your argument?
I'm not saying your argument is for LT.
That's
you need to be trying to debunk me.
What's your argument? You should have
That's easy. I got more yards than you, more total yards than you. That's all.
Total yards as far as rushing and receiving?
To combine, yeah.
In a season.
You say what?
In one season?
No. Total. I'm talking about his career.
Oh, okay. Well, you played
his career. He said he has 18,000.
Smoke him, and I got you about over 5,000 yards in 2 seasons.
So counting.
If I can put up 2,000 yards in 1 season.
I just showed you that. I'm still counting. You're done counting.
Yeah, and I'm done counting. I got more, and I got a Hall of Fame jacket. Then let's just go to the facts.
Because you're done counting.
Let's just go to the facts. My man had 28 rushing touchdowns in 1 season and broke the record. Nobody else does that. There's Christian McCaffrey passing and receiving. He'd be lucky to get 20 touchdowns. This man got 28 in 1 season, 1,800 yards. That's all in 1 season. With
1,800 what? I'm sorry. 1,800.
He threw another 500 some yards receiving. That's just slight work, but another 3 touchdowns, 31 touchdowns in 1 season. This is what LT doing. And then all this dual back y'all talking about. he didn't even get the attempts that Christian McCaffrey gets today. And I'm not even gonna play the era, the debate of the era. He just ain't get that many opportunities. But he's one of those ones that made offensive coordinators say we can have a running back that can catch and pass. I mean, and receive. I mean, rush.
He was in the running back era. I'm not even in the running back era. Like, I'm the last breed of this running back era mess. You was in the era where running backs were the offense. I'm in the era where receivers are the offense.
And I just happen to be the best receiving back in the league.
Now, if that was the argument, who's the better receiver? I give you that. He's a way better receiver. He remind me of his daddy.
No, we're not going to debate the.
You didn't ask who was the better running back. You asked who was the better player between the two.
No, that was my way of giving him a backhanded compliment. I give him a better receiver, but when it comes to being a running back, running between the tackles, running with the ball in your hand, and LT can catch just as well as him. So it's not like it's
no
between their hands.
Not hearing that. There's no running back in league history catching the ball as well as Christian McCaffrey catches that ball. He's a literal receiver in the backfield.
When you put that caveat in it, talking about pure running back, that dictates era, because the era has changed. The pure running back that you're talking about is not a pure running back no more. We can't limit it.
This is my thing. It'll be one thing if he was just Eddie George and all he did was run between the tackles. I'm saying that he got all the skill set, and I can even concede to Mr. Mark point and say that Christian McCaffrey is a better hands catcher. Okay. Slightly, he's a way better route runner. I give him that. I'm not even going to
way better pass catcher.
I ain't going to compare. But as far as pass catcher, nah. LT started this gangster ish, and this is the thing he get. Y'all's been very, very, very disrespectful here. And then he had to finish his career with the Jets. That's gonna make your career look worse. Them last 2 years, the reason that he don't have the numbers he should have, he had to go play with the Jets bum squad.
He was actually good.
What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Was that 5-time Pro Bowler? Came into the game rookie year, 1,200 yards, 1,600 yards, 1,600 yards, 1,300 yards, 1,400 yards, 1,800 yards, 1,400 yards.
Let me be clear, because when you make your point, sometimes you swerve off. Let me be clear, and I bet I can speak for Amari with this one too. We're not disrespecting LT by any means. We're not diminishing his career and his accomplishments and what he did by any means. LT is and was, and however you want to look at it, that guy. What we are saying is when you talk about who we graded LT as far as that dual threat, Christian McCaffrey is a step up. If LT was this super dual threat we praised, no, it's not disrespectful.
Christian McCaffrey don't even deserve to be in the same room with LT, let alone it be an argument.
That's just we know that you've never watched a game with Christian McCaffrey.
That's what I'm saying. Now you're being disrespectful to Christian McCaffrey. So that's where the argument segues.
And this is how I see it. Christian McCaffrey is a good running back. LT is a great running back. I don't see Christian McCaffrey as great. I see him as
good guys don't get 2,000 yards, 1,000 rushing, 1,000 receiving. That just don't happen to good guys.
Hold on. Roger Craig did the same thing. Roger Craig not great. Even though he just got
a Hall of Fame.
Roger Craig a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and I don't think he deserved it. He's not great neither. Yes. He's not great neither.
If we start judging the Hall of Fame as the grading period, then you got to bring names like Terrell Davis and all these other guys.
You know how I feel about TD.
You don't personally agree with the Hall, so you can't use that as a point.
No. I said that Roger Craig is in the Hall of Fame and he's not a great player, but I brought him up because he had 1,000 and 1,000, even though he was a good player and not a great player. That's my point. You could be good and achieve something great. That don't mean that you necessarily is a great player like Roger Craig. I don't look at him as a great player. And that's why I said it's so disrespectful that Christian McCaffrey would even be mentioned in the same breath as LT. It's disrespectful.
So if everything plays out and he stays relatively healthy, I ain't even saying perfect health, but relatively healthy, and we can agree that he's on a trajectory to smoke LT's numbers, right? We can agree on that, right?
Yep, we can.
No, because if he played 3 more years, I don't think he catch LT.
3 more years, He
And that'll
doesn't catch
put him
Kyle
at
Shanahan's offense?
12 years versus 11. I
4,000
still
yards.
don't think he catch him.
He don't
In Kyle
catch
Shanahan's
4,000
offense, you
yards
don't think he
in
touches
3
him?
more years.
3 years, 5,000 yards. I don't think he catch him. Passing and receiving. Nah.
Is this a point blank period bet?
Oh, yeah. Because we're going to be here. We're going to be here. Yeah. Put that chip on the table. Now, you know, I'm cheap, so it's a friendly bet. Handshake only. Maybe $1. But and this is my thing for real spill. We ain't even bring up blocking. We ain't all the smarts that he has. I'm talking about LT, that is. Chris McCaffrey. I like Chris McCaffrey. I
He's a
just
fantastic
don't.
blocker.
Fantastic.
But also, LT was a bigger guy. Like some of these things goes into the immeasurables.
He's 5'10", 210. LT. He's not that big. Christian
We
McCaffrey
look
might
at-
be taller than him.
I'm
Truth be told.
I'm talking about how we look at them. When you look at the game for game, you look at LT as a bigger running, a bigger back. It's not big, but bigger than Christian McCaffrey.
I know what you're saying. Christian McCaffrey do got a wide receiver built, and that ain't even no
We
slack.
look at him more as a receiver, but he still gets it done between the tackles as well. So that's what gives him his credibility. But when we talk in hindsight, when it's all said and done, because you said 3 years, he won't get it done.
Mm-hmm.
We not saying he can play more than 3 years. He can play more than 3 years easily. So we'll see how this ages. But and with all that said, Christian McCaffrey had to retire tomorrow. I would give LT the nod, but I know or I expect Christian McCaffrey's career to extend, and that's why I give him the nod.
All right. Once again, we need the point blank period fans to settle this debate. Who's the better running back?
Mari is the football perspective and acknowledger. He has to end that. You got to end it.
Like I said, I'm going CMC. Like you said, when you start putting derivatives on the LT's the better pure runner, it's like you said, you got to break it down to the errors. It's like where you were being a dual threat back because they knew you were about to run the ball. I'm being a dual threat back because I want to be a piece in the game. Like I can run the ball and I can catch the ball. I'm just being the versatile weapon that I am, whereas you were trying to be a Swiss Army knife because they knew what you were doing.
Who you think it was harder to game plan against? If we take pinpoint into,
I feel like I personally feel like it would be a lot harder to game plan against Christian McCaffrey when he can do different things. It's like
you don't know where he can be.
It's like we've seen him run for 180 yards in the game. We've also seen him burn defenses for 180 receiving yards in the game. He can pop and he heats up very fast in certain games.
Man, to tie into what we talked about earlier when we brought up the money of things, that a running back that only works between the tackles, he can't get a bag no more these days. We have to be able to move you all around this offense and have an unpredictability to your talent.
I heard of Derrick Henry, who literally
and look how hard it was for Derrick Henry to get a bag when he was a free agent.
You said can't.
Look how hard it was.
It was hard, but he still can't.
Dallas wouldn't even pay him.
Now, when he leaves the game, what you just said gonna be a true statement. Ain't no more.
And the crazy thing is, as hard as it was for him to get paid, when we saw him after he got paid, he still had to be a receiving back. They still had him. He had to catch some screens. He had to
he was catching them screens.
We need you to do that.
Yeah, we got to sprinkle a little bit in there. You got just a little bit.
We can't have you just run straight up the middle like Tennessee was trying to do. We got to at least let them think that you might be a receiving guy on this play.
But LT, that ain't all he did. It won't just run up the middle.
That's all he did. I'm just saying he was in the era where that's all that was asked. Like he was going above and beyond because all we asked was of this. And the fact that he did above what we asked, it was like, oh, LT is, but Christian McCaffrey, the sad thing is he's in the era where what he's doing is looked at as expected. And that's why it's really being discredited and disrespected. It's looked at as, oh, you doing what everybody should be doing. No, I am the standard for what they're supposed to be doing. So the error works against LT in this specific argument.
All right, and I'm gonna go to you, Mr. KD. This is our sticky note segment of the night. Which last place team would be first in their division in the NFL going into next season? This is your prediction. It's on you, Mr. KD.
Before we segue, my bad, because I said Amari got to end this. So just end it real quick, Amari. CMC or LT because you're the football.
MC.
I can't leave with saying the last
Like I
word.
said, I done said CMC like 4 times. He trying to drill a point in my head about LT that CMC kind of debunks each time. So I'm not worried about that.
So you said Christian McCaffrey, we done.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey got it. Like,
all right. Sticky note segment. I thought Amari was gonna be going first because I don't want us to agree. So
it's funny that me and you had the same idea. I don't want us to agree.
I don't want us to agree, and I think we're gonna end up agreeing. But I'll be shocked and happy if we don't. But I'm going with the Giants. I think the Giants, and if you don't pick the Giants, I know where you're going to. But I pick the Giants.
Now, because I'm mad because we did agree, but now I'm mad. Like now I want to know who you think I was gonna say because I only have one other guess, and I kind of like I don't even want to say them. Kind of a tough turnaround for them to do.
So you said we do agree. Giants.
Yeah, we do agree. We do agree with the Giants. I feel like John Harbaugh gonna flip that team, and this is up for them.
I thought you was gonna go Lions.
I mean, that's the easiest. It's a safe bet.
It ain't safe because Chicago might be better than the Detroit, but you've been a Detroit Lions pusher for the majority.
For a majority of the year, I have been. My third one was actually the Titans.
Really? Well, because of the weakness of the division.
It's a hard turnaround.
I think Jacksonville gonna have a hold on that for at least 2 years.
I was like, all you got to do is slip past Jacksonville. Indianapolis kind of still in the no man's land, not knowing who their QB gonna be next year. And Houston, who knows? They got the defensive side figured out, but that offense is still bad to say. But they seem dazed.
Sometimes you got to get as long as you got the quarterback. I give you the benefit of the doubt.
Off of how he ended his season last year.
He a rookie.
Going into this offseason.
You can't be too tight. He a rookie.
He's not a rookie.
No more, but he was a rookie.
He wasn't a rookie then.
That was
CJ's third year.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Giants. My fault. I thought we were talking about the Giants.
Oh no, Jackson Dart. Like you said, he gets a pass. He was a rookie. I mean, even then, he showed us flashes of what he can be. Mm-hmm. Now you get I'm not gonna say Brian Daboll didn't believe in him, but you get a coach that I know for certain is gonna stand behind you at any given moment or stand in front of you, so you don't have to take the personal attacks. So. It kind of comes with a lot. I mean, you kind of get a little bit of leeway, especially with, he's not a first-year coach, but he's your first-year coach along with this new system that y'all trying to get. So
I thought you were talking about the Giants, man. That's my bad.
Oh, no. I was.
I didn't know you was talking about the Texans that nobody care about. I didn't know that's what you was talking about. My bad.
I'm talking about the potential that, like, for there to be a chance for the baldest coaching staff in the NFL to turn this team around.
Baldest, that's personal.
They literally
that's everybody. That's not even football. That's not even football.
Literally everybody on their coaching staff is bald. It was actually kind of funny for me to look this up.
We got Salah, Dayball. Who else you got?
Everybody on their coaching staff is bald. I don't even remember his name. But he's bald. It's crazy. It's like everybody on their coaching staff is bald. Little hint in there, but I feel like it's gonna be a tough turnaround for them to. I mean, of course, Robert Saleh has to step in, fix that defense first and foremost. But even then, you have to worry about the development of Cam Ward. I mean, of course, that's
put that on Dayball.
I'm about to say that's more in the progression of Brian Daboll, but that's still something that you kind of have on the backhand, because I mean, of course, you still want to age a rookie along. Well, he's not a rookie. He's not going to be a rookie next year, but you still want to age him along in the game. So, I mean, Cam Ward shown again another player that showed us flashes, but he was in a terrible situation.
Sidebar.
Things have improved, and we're moving in the right direction.
Sidebar: if you're a GM, neutral, and you got to pick your quarterback for next season, Cam Ward or Jackson Dart.
So we doing like a redraft?
No, just a random question. Just came to mind. And if you are the GM and you got both of these guys on the table, Who you
Based
picking?
on based on their college film, like them coming out as prospects, I would have still chose Cam Ward.
I ain't talking about just prospect. I'm talking about right now, today. If you got to pick one, who you picking?
I would probably still take Cam Ward. I feel like the
Yeah.
tangibles are there,
Me too.
the leadership
Me too.
qualities are there.
Me too.
It's like I love Jackson Dart's juice and how he's able to pump up and make some type of electrifying play that kind of can juice up the team. But I love Cam Ward's leadership qualities.
I think Cam Ward has. I think Jackson Dart has it as it. Sorry, I should put more emphasis on that. But
Yeah,
I
he
think
has that
Cam
it
Ward
factor.
has.
Yeah.
I think they both have the it factor, but I think Cam Ward has a little more consistency to his it factor.
Is
As
it
far
is
as
it wild to say that I think me personally, I think they both landed in perfect situations for their personalities.
yeah, no, I think if we take that into account, I think Jackson Dart landed in way better of a situation for his personality.
Yeah,
Um,
like he landed in the market that fit him.
right, right. I think Cam Ward he could have landed a couple of places, but
He is gonna kind of come off wrong, but he's such a stoic person and kind of like well conserved that it's like, all right, everything like you don't he's the type of person where I would think he doesn't want outside interact, he doesn't want outside distraction.
I think he's
So
an uber competitor. And I think once he gets into a situation where he is winning, his personality will show more. I think in Tennessee, his personality showed. Let's let that be clear, because he definitely came
okay,
out and was like,
wasn't
"This
yeah,
loser
he
shit
came
ain't
out
for
and
me." Yeah,
mhm.
yeah. So he showed it, but I feel like once he gets an opportunity where he can really compete and win, I think that's when we're going to embrace the personality and the level of competitor that he really is. And we see that early. So I think we just calling it ahead of time. But with Robert Saleh there, with Brian Daboll there, I expect and with cap space and flexibility, I expect them to bring some guys in there, and they gotta make the best of this rookie contract with Cam Ward right now. And this
Yeah,
just being the second year, you have to see something. If you don't see the peak of the mountain, you have to at least see the build up in your year two with your rookie quarterback. And it's on Tennessee. You got to put guys around him right now because I think
all
you
right.
got the guy.
So I would say you just touched on two of the things that I was actually gonna bring up, which kind of lead me into this question. With with the knowledge that you know that you have to put weapons around him, and with
Right,
100 million walking into caps into free agency,
right.
do you make a big free agent acquisition or do you try to land a blockbuster trade?
Nah, you got to do what we kind of did, where you got to go hell wire on the free agent market because they have so many spots that you want to fill that you just got to spread that cap space out to multiple players instead of making that one big swing. So Tennessee, if Tennessee is not the biggest free agent winner when we start our podcast for um, next preseason when we're talking about perspectives and everything, then they failed Cam Ward. You have to go be the most aggressive you ever been right now. I don't care who it is. I don't care if he's not that great. If he's the greatest on the market, go get him. You have to be aggressive right now because that year two of your rookie quarterback contract, and I guess the Giants are in that same boat, and their job is a little easier because their defense is pretty much stout, so they really have to just focus on one side of the ball. But if you don't capitalize on this moment right now, you would have been failed your quarterback, as in Cam Ward. You would have been failed. But at the same time, who we want them to go get? Like, who's there that's gonna move the needle for Tennessee like that?
I mean, it's a big. I mean, if he happens to hit free agency, there's still the likely chances of, like I said earlier, with they could potentially look into that Tyreek Hill hole. Um,
I didn't even think of
they
them. That would be great. Yeah,
that was one of the teams that I actually picked for Tyreek Hill. I'm like, they can peek into that Tyreek Hill fold. Um, they could
they could peek in
also
that
try
Kenneth
to.
Walker. They could peek in
Uh,
that Kenneth Walker field.
Yeah, there's actually speculation that Mike Evans would be testing free agency. I mean, if they want to do that, you can go get a reliable big target with him. I mean, granted, the injuries kind of been a thing for him to the exact price tag that he actually demands. If Dallas decides to let George Pickens test the market, that's another young weapon that you can add, as well as the potential of Colts wide receiver Alec Pierce hitting the market. You have a few and Rashid Shaheed out of Seattle, so you have a few weapons to potentially be able to add, but that all depends on what Robert Saleh is looking for the true foreseeable future of his offense, as
And
well as with Brian Dable calling
since we
plays.
throwing them out there, since we throwing AJ Brown is seemed to be available too. I don't know how
Yeah,
likely.
AJ, I did.
Excuse me.
I,
I don't know how likely.
I mean, of course, there's been a lot of speculation about AJ Brown being available. I feel like the biggest thing with that is AJ Brown open to returning back to Tennessee?
Yeah, it'll probably be tough.
I
But
mean, because I mean the departure and since that trade, I mean it's pretty much been nothing but business with them. He doesn't make any kind of like emotional connections to it. Like, I mean, of course, like everybody else wants to pay homage to the team that drafted him. AJ's pretty much kind of like Tennessee was never a thing. So I mean, with the
yeah, he
potential
feel
that
like he feel like
he
they
can come back.
he feel like they did him wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's only right. They gave up on him when he was in a rushing offense and blamed it on his lack of productivity.
It still was producing, like maybe
Yeah,
to not what you wanted
he
to
was still
say.
producing. They wanted to blame it on the fact that he wasn't producing in a running offense where he had 1,000-yard season, he had an 800-yard season. He was
He was
producing. It's just a
actually
run heavy offense.
the perfect receiver for a run heavy offense. Like with
Yeah.
his size to be able to block quick routes, like
Hey, to trade him and then get Corey Davis, I feel like they learned their mistake.
but sometimes I can't, I need y'all to look at him before you look at me. So I
They
gotta
had
put the
Corey.
little
They had Corey Davis alongside him and traded AJ Brown to get Traylon Burks. So I feel like they learned their lesson.
No, they didn't. They did what they thought was right. That's why they followed it up by what? Derrick Henry. Let him go too.
And Vrabel.
Then Vrabel. Let him go too. So we believe in the process. The process just don't look good right now, but hopefully it'll pay off in the end. But with all that said, you didn't even touch on this, IT. How you feel about Tyreek Hill and a Buffalo possibility?
Hey, the man that ruined your season in 13 seconds can come and save it.
Yeah, if that's the Tyreek Hill we was getting, or we gonna get, I'm all for it. But I'm gonna say this. I'm tired of damaged good veterans. Now they're in Buffalo. The Von Miller, the Joey Bosa.
Damaged goods?
That man leg was to the left. I seen
So, like I said earlier, for somebody for your whole mantra and moniker to be the speedy, fast receiver, and the latest injury that you've had was a broken leg. How do you bounce back from that? To sit here and tell me that I should believe in it.
Oh, so y'all both on board saying he's done.
I'm not saying he's done, but I don't think he's a primary option anymore.
And man, let
me be clear with this question. Right now, Tyreek Hill is not the best available option. No,
no, he is.
I'll say second. I'll say AJ Brown is first, but second, because we hear that AJ Brown is available, but
I will say this: if Alec Pierce hits the market,
wow,
he'll have more value because Tyreek Hill's coming off of an injury as devastating as he did.
Wow.
And then the bigger question is, when will he be available?
No,
like, do we know if he'll be available game 1, week 2, week 5?
Tyreek should be available.
I mean, no, he should be available. He I mean, of course, he's actually had a tremendous recovery, but it's more on the in-game reps. Are you ready to have in-game reps afterwards?
It's more like what y'all are hitting on is he'll be available, but will he be Tyreek Hill available? Like, will he be him?
Yeah.
Or will he just be on the field?
It between that and it comes down to what is the asking price? That to say, Tyreek, I'm not giving you $30 million a year no more.
I'm about to say his contract already in state, so you got to pay him with his contract. I think he got 1 or 2, might be 1.
But he got cut. he got released. It doesn't matter. I don't have to pay you anything.
Really?
Yeah, you're a
So
free agent.
Miami is eating that whole.
I think they're eating that.
Well, technically, he had no guaranteed money in his last year.
Oh.
So that's why it made this move so easy for them. But even then, he's a free agent. What is your asking price? Because I don't owe you $30 million.
But you know,
you didn't.
That free agent thing. Sometimes you can be a free agent, but they still paying you 20. Russell Wilson. They still paying you 20-something million, so you could take that $3 million and be good.
But that was because they cut him when he still had guaranteed money on his contract.
Right? Yeah. Right. You made a good point.
Yeah, I mean,
so you telling me right now Tyreek Hill has no money guaranteed nowhere?
No.
And let me ask you this, Mr. KD.
They kept him on the roster for the year so they would pay him, and when he starts the new roster year, he'll be cut, and he doesn't have guaranteed money. So
that kind of changes things.
If Tyreek Hill is a 4.4, 4.5 guy now, if that's the speed he's running at now, how valuable is he still, in your opinion, Mr. KD?
No, I still say he's the second most valuable available receiver to me because I got AJ Brown as available. If we talk about strictly free agents, then Tyreek Hill is at the top. But available wise, I still got Tyreek Hill over there because even if his speed drops back a step, I still think he's better than a lot of the other guys' names we're gonna bring up. And if he falls into the right situation, I think he will be magnified even more. If he goes back to a Kansas City where he got Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes, if he goes to a Buffalo where you got Josh Allen's arm and Joe Brady calling the plays now, if you go to a Baltimore where you got Lamar Jackson, like I think
you go to Baltimore, you ain't no.
Yeah, that's why I had Baltimore last, but.
You go to Baltimore, you might accelerate his career ending.
Well, you got to get creative because at that point you might say, "Well, I get what y'all saying. You probably not going to agree with what I'm about to say, but you might have two of the fastest players in the league." And I'm probably going to say, coming up to the injury, we don't know if he's the fastest. I get that, but if you have Lamar Jackson, he's probably the fastest. Not no problem. He's the fastest at his position, and then Tyreek Hill is expected to be the fastest at his position. You should be in a good state offensively. But yeah, I get that. I get. Y'all don't think our difference is y'all don't think Tyreek is going to be the Tyreek that I think he's going to be.
Yeah, we're hindered with the thoughts of what will his recovery warrant afterwards.
That's just.
And I'm also jaded as a Buffalo Bills fan. We did this dance 3-4 times, and
y'all do it on the defensive side. Y'all ain't never did it on the offensive side.
Defense,
they did Amari Cooper. They had Amari Cooper.
Exactly.
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks actually worked out. Don't do that. Brandon Cooks worked out.
The game, he didn't catch the pass.
Mecole Hardman.
Exactly.
Brandon Cooks was never a one. They was trying to get him to be a one. That was their fault.
Well, he wasn't. He wasn't. But I mean,
I need y'all to remember one thing. We ain't cut to play. We out.